Hey everyone, this is Ezra and I'm going to be doing a replay analysis for Reddit user roguejedi04. So in this segment, he's playing mid TA and he's going to be going up against a Tinker. So for Rogue, the first things you need to consider about Tinker is that what he wants to do is he wants to be using his laser to deny you and get last hits off of you. Okay, but there's also you also have to take into consideration the cooldown on laser and how long it lasts. And if we look right here, the hero blind duration at level 1 is only 3 seconds, and cooldown is 14, which means your window of opportunity to do anything to farm to hit him will be for 11 seconds, right after the laser debuff is gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward from this one right here. I don't know why it's saying. Okay, so we're looking at you, and you only have one pulled tango, iron bench, fairy fire. Okay, so yeah. Oh, okay. So he already messed up right there by using the laser. Right now you have that window of opportunity to go and farm. Against a Tinker, I would recommend you going for refraction, just because there's no point in getting the side blades unless you're just trying to hurt him as well. But it won't be necessary because your refraction is used for defensive options and offensive options, since it gives you what plus 20 damage at level 1. So you might want to consider that. And had you have also refraction, your last hit, when you're trying to trade damage with him, it'd be a lot more stronger, like what you were doing earlier. Let me see. Okay, so you use the laser on you. You wait. Yeah. See, the thing that you're already doing wrong is you already have side blades. So what you need to do is you need to be able to position yourself against that Tinker and hit the enemy creeps so that the side blades hit him. If you're right clicking him, you're playing it wrong. You got side blades for a reason. You have to use it. Unlike if you had refraction, well then it only makes sense that why you would be trading hits with him. Okay, so another thing also that you need to consider in your future games as CA, I guess, is you need to always be moving in a position where you will hit him with your side blades. You see him moving? Okay, you're moving. Right, but every time you're moving, you need to position yourself that's parallel to him, so he gets hit with the side blades. You always have to do that. So if he's moving to the left, you move to the right. He moves to the right, you move to the left. See that? You need to be already going up right here when you move down here. Yeah, you need to be always positioning yourself. You have to always keep that in mind. You got side blades for a reason. You might as well utilize it. Okay, he's messing up here. I guess he's trying to use it just to... Yeah, he messed up right there. And then you should be able to get that kill. Or, okay, he saves himself with a fairy fire. Which is fine because you have your bottle. So you're going to be getting it now. Let me go ahead also look at your clicking patterns here. Oh, well that's unfortunate. But, did you actually? Hold on a second. I need to... Okay, so after that, did you click on him? Okay, well, so, another mistake that you did right here is you didn't check Tinker. Okay, so, I mean... Okay, so after this part right here, after your little brief exchange right here, you have no vision. But once you have vision, you should be looking at him. You should be looking at his mana. You know he's low, right? Well, I'm not sure if you were aware, but you need to also look at the mana they have and what level they have, because he's level 3 right now, and he has to have that heat-seeking missile to kill you, and you didn't have mana. Okay. So, and you're going to be hitting the illusions, and the illusions are going to take out the refraction off of you. So that was already a mistake on your part. You need to be looking at their items and their mana at all times to make sure and see if they have enough to cast their spells. Okay, let's go ahead, skip again. Since, why is it doing that? Are you just looking? Okay, you're just looking. You also need to make use of your refraction charges. Like, if you're gonna be hitting the creeps, make sure your side blades also hit them. It's not hitting right now, but you need to be doing that. Some last hits were missed, that's totally fine. I don't expect perfect CS. Alright, so around this time you're having free farm, so you need to be against that Tinker. He's probably gonna get marches. Did he get March? He did get March at level 5. What was he doing? Oh, it looks like he was already farming, but like usually if a Tinker is missing, they're most likely gonna be, well, the chances of them being in base is not really likely. I mean, they could always ball crawl unless they're not doing that, but they're most likely going to be farming using their marches. But level 1, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you'll farm faster. So what you need to be doing is you need to push out your lanes, and then see if you can, like, around that time, see, had you pushed out your lane right here? Because, look, it's already 347, 348, whatever. Go and stack your Ancient. Well, I guess, like, in this case, it wouldn't have been the best because you would have missed some CS. But you also need to consider the time and for when to stack for yourself. Because you can, right now, you can probably take Ancients faster than a Tinker. Well, he can't farm Ancients, but I'm just saying, like, you'll probably be able to, like, farm faster than a Tinker if you just push out your lanes. If you don't want to fight him, that's fine. I don't blame you. He already has marches. That's gonna get rid of all your refraction charges. So, you need to just push out your lane, go jungle. Stack, push out your lane, take the stack, go jungle, and rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat this process until you have the items that you need. Because, like I said, he has marches machines, marches. You're not gonna want to fight into that because it's gonna take away all your refraction, and that's pretty much what you need against, you know, a lot of mid laners. It's your trump card. It's what saves you. Also look at your CS. Oh, you only have 22 CSs at 5 minutes? Yeah, that's not ideal, but you know, you gotta work with what you have. You're not getting boots yet. I guess that's fine. You're just farming passively, but I would also advise you to get boots. You farm faster with it for obvious reasons. The movement speed, you go from your lane to jungle or the Ancients real fast. He should be dead. You should have also popped your damage rune right there, I guess, but you got the kill, and I don't think he knew what he was doing, so you're totally fine there. But ideally, in situations like that, I'd probably pop my double damage. His laser's only at level 2. Yeah, he's marching. He's maxing out the marches. Alright, well, at least you're getting last hits now, and you're still ahead of the net worth, which is really good. No one's really doing well in last hits. Get your clicking pattern. Guess you're just looking at him. Yeah. See, it's already 631 right here. What you need to do is like just push out your lane and then stack all times. And it's also like really important for you because once that Tinker has his boots of travel, it's gonna be really difficult for your team to push. So you need to start snowballing. I think the only way for your team to catch him is probably Nyx. Once he has his boost of travel, Nyx can just Vendetta and then use his Spike Carapace. Right, that's the name of the skill, right? Yeah, Spike Carapace. Will stun him, gives your team enough time to go in on Tinker while he's stunned. You also need to be setting up your traps. It's also especially really good for Tinker. You want to know where the Tinker is at. So I know you have it at your Ancients, but consider putting one right here and one right here. And just because these are like the two areas Tinkers are gonna be using their marches. Anywhere else is just inefficient. If he goes right here, I mean he can, but it's just way too far from his lane. He doesn't have boots to travel. Yeah, he's probably gonna want to try to do it. No, he's not. He's not even gonna stack. But you also need to stack, which you have not. Alright, so this one right here looks really passive. Yeah, you should also already have a trap laid up here in mid. Ooh, use it prematurely. Is he not gonna laser you? Looks like he... Yeah, you'll also need to be trapping him. Alright, that's good. I would have waited on that. I would have taken the damage from the frost and then used my refraction. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to chase her. And you're gonna be tower diving. And I'm not sure I like this play. You could just be farming. I don't think you can get a kill unless Weaver decides to dive. He's not maxing Shikuchi. Yeah, you already wasted your time by going here, but let's see what happens. I mean, I hope you guys get a kill. You guys did. I hope you survive. Huh. Okay. On the bright side, you guys are getting kills, but the Tinker is also getting farm. I think. I don't know, is he? It's not ideal to gank without your blink. Like all this time could have been spent just to get the blink. Now oh, okay, they're not buying dust, which is a wonder. Are they actually gonna let you live? Oh, they're gonna be marching. A march is coming. But you're not gonna live this. You gotta kill it there. So, what I'd suggest you doing is just go farm until you get your blink. I mean, I think the only time you can probably gank against their team is if you get a haste rune. Pretty much. Like, I get what you're doing. You're trying to help out your teammates. But sometimes you gotta like think about yourself and the items that you need. The items that are required for you to start snowballing. How far away are you from that blink? You're about 1900 away from that blink. Had you been farming, you probably would have just had that blink already, honestly. But pushing out the lanes, stacking your ancients, hitting up the jungles, taking the ancient stack, pushing lanes, rinse and repeat. I would also recommend you to always, if there's a creep wave coming to you, just go for that creep wave in your lane. They're worth more than the ones in jungle camp usually. I mean, it's definitely worth more than this, and the single, and worth more than this. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Once you also get treads, it's a lot easier for you to take camps. The thing that really surprises me though is that even though Tinker is marching out his march of machines, he still has 39 CS, which is Lashe. What MMR range is this? What skill bracket? I'm not really sure, but I mean, he's already also making his own misplays, a lot of them. I mean, did you guys win this one? Let me check. You guys didn't win this one. I'm surprised. I would have thought that you guys would have probably won that. Huh. Alright, like I said, you have like the only time you can gank against that team, I guess, will just be with a haste rune. But you know, that's kind of like a general rule of thumb for a TA as well. I mean, what are they gonna do? Unless they have CM with her. CM to stop you. Yeah, you're like popping your refractions way too early against him. Like if we go back and look at that. Wait, let me see here. Yeah, I would have waited until I'm in this area. Because you're just taking a lot of damage now. And then you had to retreat because you didn't have refraction. Or what you could have also done. Alright, so I don't know if you know this, but you know, refraction, duration 17, and cooldown 17. So it's like always like 100% uptime if you're not getting your refraction charges depleted. So you could have probably activated it right here. Or yeah, you definitely. Oh no, it was on cooldown. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. It was on cooldown. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have been able to. I mean, maybe you could have already activated right there once it was off cooldown, and then just go along this way to kill him. Because the path that you're taking, it's very difficult. There's already creeps right here, so even if you pop the refraction charges, the creeps would have probably been hitting you, and even if you didn't use Martian machines, like those creeps would have been taking off charges from you. Yeah, and you're going in when there's creeps. Yeah. I think you probably would have lived if there was no creeps there. But how much tower hits did you take from that? Let's see, you maxed it out, so that's like six instances. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh! Yeah, you definitely would have probably lived. So yeah, I do consider this stuff about Tinker against his March of Madness as TA. You don't want to use your refraction when he has marches. Unless, of course, otherwise you have to use it. You're about to die, and it's like the only way for you to just save yourself. You have to, but generally, like, what you're doing is, I don't really think is that great. It's not really efficient. You're not utilizing refraction really well. And it's already like 14 minutes or 13:38, and you still have 46 last hits. If you take my advice, where you just push out lanes, stack ancients, take jungle, rinse and repeat, you will probably. What's your net worth right now? Oh, it's on par with the Tinker. You'll definitely have like the most net worth in your team. Because I'm not really digging like your way of playing this game right now. I mean, I understand the early part of this game where you want to help out your allies, but you know, like I said, sometimes you just have to think about yourself, and you have to get your blink, you know, for you to be more snowbally. I'm gonna go look at like your fights. Are there any fights that are happening? I'm just gonna be jumping ahead. Alright, looks like there might be a fight brewing here. Alright, fight at mid. Alright, drops there. And TPs. And you're TPing. Okay. Team's coming in. She's gonna use her ult. She's not gonna use her ult. That's surprising. Alright, you guys want... No, I guess not. That PL and that Tinker. Let's see what item do you have at this point. You only have your blink. Your farm is too slow.
Yeah, they have their items. Let's see what Slark has. He has his Shadow Blade. He has his Vanguards. Tinker has has a Blink and Boots of Travel. Alright, so at this point, like, their power spike is probably a lot better than your team's right now. Like, next went for Hand of Minus and he's going for Dag, and yeah, that's not gonna help you at all. The next is gonna be screwing you over. He's going for Yules. No one's going for Force Staff. And I guess I can see why, maybe the Slark, but it's just so good. PL has Diffusal, the slows. Spectre with a special daggle, the slows. CM's Frostbite and Crystal Nova. You know, brute and slow. It's too good. The next probably should have went for a Blink, but that's besides the point. Like, what you need to focus more on is your farming for the game. Just you can do it on any TA games too. Just keep in mind what I said. You know, like push out your lane, stack your jungle, take farm. Yeah, stack your ancient camps or your jungle, and then take the stacks or another jungle camp and rinse and repeat. And you'll probably have the most net worth, and you would have probably been more explosive if you got your blink faster. That's pretty much my only advice for this game. Let me see what you asked for. Okay, so you spam Templar a lot. Okay, so okay, that's good, because what I'm telling you right now is actually really helpful, and you can apply it to many TA games. Okay, you know, even against an SF, an Invoker. You know, if you know you can't kill them, just go and farm. There's nothing wrong with like letting your enemy get farm, as long as you're always like getting more farm than them. You know. And considering like their last hits, let's look. See, he has March of the Machines and he sells 110 CS and you only have 105. So this is actually really good on you, but imagine if you actually had more farm, okay? Especially in the beginning of the game. Like I said, you would have had your Blink Dagger, you could have probably started rotating more often. But that's my only advice for you for this game and for future games. Make sure you're always farming a lot, and if you want to really look at like really good TA games, I would suggest you look at Wagamama's games, and also if you can, watch some of Sumeida's games and Anna's games. Like, I really like how they play. I'm not sure how often you watch like pros play, but you know, just go on their Dota buff, find the match ID for their most recent TA game. I haven't really watched any recent TA games from Sumail or Anna, so it might have been a while. I'm not sure when's the last time they played it, but I really like how Anna also utilizes the jungle a lot with her TA games from the ones I've seen in the past. Let's see here. But yeah, your job is to be more explosive than what your current performance is right now. So I'll go ahead and end this video right there. So okay, again, I'm sorry for being repetitive about this, but I need to drill this in your head. So like I said, you know, it's okay if you let your opponent win the lane or whatever, if you let them take the farm. Like, if you can't kill, just go farm. It's totally fine. Sometimes like you just have to just push out the lane and just stack jungles or ancient, take those and let your allies do whatever they want. Alright, even if they ask for a gank, because I don't even think, if you, like I said, like if the top fight right here, your little brief exchange right there, it wasn't really that great. Like, you weren't really getting kills as fast as you can. Like, they were really long. Those fights were way too long. You need to be more explosive. I think if you had Blink, you probably would have been able to get kills faster, because you have to run to them and you have to slow them. Well, guess what? CM has Frostbite. She can just come at you and just root you, and then PL also has a slow, and Spectre has a slow. And I don't remember if Slark was there, but he also has a pounce. He can just keep you in place. You want to be more mobile around the map, and you can do that with Blink.
So that's pretty much my advice for you for this game. Please take it into consideration. I really hope that you become a much more better TA player. I really enjoy watching TAs play, and I think she's a really fun hero. But that's about it, man. Alright, if you have any other questions, just go ahead and message me. I'll try to help you out.